Hello everyone, James S. Cassidy here, and this time for another NaruSaku podcast. Yay! I'm sure you all been waiting for this one, right?
Yeah.
You got my I got on the show this week your two most favorite people.
I'm Blue Star Saber, here once again for another podcast.
Adding the British culture to our podcast.
Yeah, that too.
And I'm Roman Rain. No, I'm NaruSaku. I'm a little cold, sick, whatever you want to call it. So my
He's
voice won't be that high. New York City has been tackled by storms after storms after storm. And the funny thing is, it's not even our storm. It's the storm from the southeast area. It just come back towards us. I was like, hey, you're not going out without a snow. So, yeah, the southeast is the one that's getting the most attacked. We're just getting the edge of it. And the edge of it apparently give us 10 inches of snow.
To be fair, it's also the most rainiest and windiest we've ever had in the UK here as well.
Rainiest?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been raining a lot.
But rainiest, is that a
Rainiest?
word? I was wondering.
I don't know, I just made it up. I made it up, okay?
Okay.
Alright,
it's
calm
like,
down.
I forgot which. I used to, before I found out edible was actually another word for eat or something like that. I used to keep saying like, oh, that thing is actually eatable. I'm like, eatable?
Eatable?
But I found out edible is the actual right term.
I brought you a cookie, but I eated it.
Eat it. So yeah.
Alright,
So
so I'm gonna try to get through this podcast without coughing too much.
or passing out from me.
Oh, we'll keep him up. We got a paddle prod underneath his chair. If he tries passing out, zzz,
Pretty much.
I
So
got
I'll
the
be.
button right here. So, chapter 664. Naruto, I am your father. No, that can't be. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right.
State the obvious. State the obvious.
So basically, this is all about Naruto and his daddy issues.
And Minato and his wife, in a sense.
Yeah. Who is surprisingly
make
is fucking psychic. But we'll get to that point.
Sure.
You know, for the record, your 660 prediction is coming to, it was right. I mean, it is right, but it seems like it just keep going with the flow now. Like, I know I wasn't there for the last podcast, but 663 is just killing me. It was killing me.
The feels.
So yeah, the feels is just too much. So 664 is actually a break time for many of us after coming from the 60s.
Although it's still the third chapter that focuses on pairings a bit.
Yeah. A Narusaku moment where Sasuke and Hinata don't have anything to do with it? Holy crap!
I'm loving it.
It's just like one of my Japanese anime. Oh, wait.
So, yeah, the difference with activities between 663 and 664 is night and day, and it's crazy because like I could not take a breather from the last chapter while this chapter I can actually breathe, but I am trying to think what's going to happen next. It's really hard and complex, but that's a good thing.
And to all the our Naruhina and Sasusaku fans out there, you mad, bro? You mad? Oh, they mad.
They was hoping, I want to say from the last chapter, I guess a lot of people was hoping when Karen took that hit, it was like, hey, she could die here, woohoo! But then when she bite herself and heal, it was like, damn.
Why couldn't you do that when you had a Chidori in the fucking chest, huh?
I'm not going to explain.
Uzumaki as well, and given the fact that, the youngest son's descendants, Uzumaki and Senju, have very good life force, they're hard to kill.
Made me wonder if Kushina had that healing bite.
I don't think so, given the fact we don't see any bite marks on her.
That we can see.
Yeah, but Karin has it all over her arms, right? If Kushina had bite marks, I think we would have seen it on her arms.
Just curiosity, is that bite mark exclusive to her, or Or it's just you can do that to anybody as long
I
as
don't
they have
know.
a good chakra.
Well, it's possible to be one of Orochimaru's, well, experimentations on her, possibly.
But that is a pretty funny way to do it. Hey, I know how you do it. Just bite her. You know? Why you just not let her, just ask. Can you give me some chakra?
Oh
Heal,
man,
please.
Sasuke, I'm dying. Sasuke, bite me. Well, fuck you too. No, I mean bite me.
I mean, if it works for everybody, if it works to everybody, if Naruto ever recover, he might as well ask for Sakura. I need to bite. I need to heal. I know that bite mark. I saw that bite mark.
I think Sakura like, don't even think about it.
I was hoping. Well,
I feel 1 inch of teeth. I'm knocking him out.
Anyway, should we get to the recap?
Yes.
Sure.
So we had 664.
Yeah.
And this is basically a weird chapter. So the kind of pairing moments kind of just died down for a little bit here, at least, albeit temporarily.
Temporarily
Well,
is the
still
right
pairing
word to
moments
use.
later, but not the ones that were following up. It was a different pairing, of course.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
could be argued that it's our bias that's going to work, but, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, yeah, I was just referring to the Minato part, but sure, if you talk about that dialogue part, yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I kind of have lines drawn, just because I don't want any confusion. I don't want to say, like, this is a pairing moment when really it's not, so I kind of have certain standards. So I have lines drawn depending on what is what. Anyway.
To me, I fear this is a big build-up for the pairing moment, but keep going.
Yeah. So, who knew? Minato and Kushina were big NaruSaku supporters. Anyway, so we have Sasuke dead or dying.
Who knew Kushina actually foretold the future? Every single part of it.
Yeah.
We're spoiling here, people.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah.
That's spoiling here, people. We're kind of spoiling here. Let's back to recap.
So, we got Sasuke dead and dead or dying on the ground. Like, if he's not dead, he's certainly on the brink of it. And we see the 2 feet, and it's like, so there we got Tobirama, and he's like, "Who are you?" And we still don't know who this mystery man is. Now, here's a weird thing, and I brought this up in the forum, but I know what Four Live's gonna say, and that is, does anybody notice something missing from Tobirama's body?
I knew it. Right.
Certain kind of dark black poles that should be in there.
Sometimes Mr. Kishi does miss out on artworks. I mean, in chapter 6-2, he forgot Kiba's markings, and in last chapter, instead of a Shinobi and Sakura,
but those are like minor minor things. This is something that you can't really miss. I mean,
you got a point.
Like the magnitude of these bars sticking in Tobirama's body. It's kind of hard to be a fucking mistake.
I know, but it is kind of funny how certain artists do make mistakes. Like I can understand you missing part, but I always find it funny when you do the wrong part. Like missing is understandable, wrong part is really questionable. But like, all right, Sakura's have a headband of Konoha. I was like, don't she have the headband of the war? The alliance thing. Oh shit! Like, how do you actually mess that up? I'm curious. Like, how you actually mess that up? It's just funny.
Maybe
I guess their mind.
Sakura leaf headband. Maybe
I mean, yeah. No, it's just funny how artists in general just always like butchered that by mistake. Like, oh crap, I forgot. Like I remember that like the biggest one, like he actually took so long to draw the fourth Hokage mountain head, only to realize that never happened yet in Obito time. Oh crap!
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. Like I drew that head, and that took me like 4 hours to draw that head alone. Crap! I didn't need that part.
I think the anime has screwed up a few times. I mean,
oh yeah, they do.
I remember Naruto having one of those war headbands for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
It was from the Taiwanese.
Well, when Hinata was on the ground, I pulled it off her. Oh, he loves her. She eyes his bad hand. No, he had to wipe some kind of spittle off.
Actually, I was curious. Did you remember in the beginning of the war arc, Sakura had a skirt or something like that?
Yeah, She changed
Did
just after she left the battle with the swordsman to go.
Oh, okay. I thought Kishimoto changed that in the volume version. Like, oh yeah, let me just change that because I think that's not a good idea for her, at least in my book. That's why I thought he thought. So pretty much that's like a first day battlefield outfit, and the second day is the normal outfit.
Yeah.
I think we can spend a whole day with mistakes that has happened in the manga.
Everybody make mistakes.
Oh look, what about this chapter where Minato's eyes weren't filled in, even though he was at Otensei? What about this one where Kushina, I don't know.
That took me a while to realize that he actually forgot to fill in the eye. I actually didn't notice that until I just looked back. I'm like, oh yeah, I just noticed. Where's that black part? He's not Ito anymore? That QB give him life back?
That just shows Mr. Kishi's human in a sense.
No, but yeah, I know. Trust me, Kishi is not the only guy in the world that makes mistakes. So I'm not.
Need to fire your other editor now. He missed something.
What about Kubo and Oda? Do they make mistakes in their artworks? Because I don't really pay much attention.
Plus, the volume version does change up a lot. Yeah, or fix.
Yeah, the volume version is. I think he focuses more on the volume versions.
He does.
The releases.
Because the weekly one, you have a due date. Volume, you have all the time you could spare if you needed to. And the work is already done, so all you have to do is fix some corrections.
Yeah.
If you look at the interview, I think he described how long it takes to do a page of a chapter.
There's one mistake he still hasn't fixed yet.
What?
What's that?
Well, apparently there's this character named Sasuke in this manga that's not supposed to be here. And
I haven't made over this obsession.
Just haven't made any attempt to fix that mistake. Come on, I can fix it in 3 seconds with whiteout.
Okay.
You remember Sasuke in this scene? Yeah. No, you don't.
He's already dead. Team Taka's just running for Tobirama. They want to save him now.
Yeah.
They owe him a favor. They owe him a big favor after telling the story about the Uchiha and their crazy fest. But wait, I'll say this. We should make a bet that I say it's a mistake, and you say it's actually part of the plot. The whole black rod being removed or not removed.
Which one are you talking to?
Me.
James. Yeah, because he's hell bent that it's not a mistake. I don't blame him.
I'm not hell bent that it's a mistake. I'm like, I'm just saying that's kind of
a big miss. I know.
but it's not only just the missing rods that make me curious. It's the fact that how Tobirama is drawn, where he isn't as messed up as he was. Remember when we first saw him with all the rods in him? It looked like his whole he was peeling away to the point of disappearing. And now look, it's almost like he's reforming.
Well, you got a good point.
Maybe it wasn't as bad as what he did with Hashirama, or maybe it's only a temporary binding. Who knows?
Maybe.
Let's see. We have to see what he's going to do with the Hokages.
If you're right, I don't know what to do.
You will kneel before James.
If I end up being the next week podcast, I'll probably do a apology statement.
We'll call dibs right now. Dibs. Okay. You guys are slow. All right, so we got team Not 7 rushing to help Sasuke.
Taka. Team Taka and Orochimaru.
Yeah, that's what I said. Team Not 7.
Team Not 7. Some people usually call that. I don't know. All because of Sasuke.
Yeah, and then we have Jugo's like, oh no, Orochimaru's gonna probably steal Sasuke's body while he's dying.
I find that interesting, because it seems like Jugo might, Jugo might have a sort of I suppose. Let me get my thoughts. It's a bit of a difficult choice to make, whether you side with Orochimaru or side with Karin if the time comes. If Orochimaru double crosses Sasuke and tries to steal his body.
Yeah, I do feel that the loyalty is going to play a role soon. Maybe not. I'm not sure if it would be happening here, but it could happen later on while the series progress after the war. Because it's like how Orochimaru foreshadowed Team Taka in a way, even though they haven't realized it yet. The fact that they're no longer team heavy. Snake. Basically, they're no longer part of Orochimaru team, no sound or anything. They're part of Sasuke. So they didn't get the idea, but pretty much he's saying they're no longer the same. They're pretty much free at their time.
You're
But
on my
yeah,
team. I am not on
yeah.
yours.
Yeah. So pretty
And
much.
also we have Orochimaru wondering as Sasuke's wind cup,
Right.
wind
Right.
or something.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the point is, Team Taka like becoming more of a.
Okay, Orochimaru, that wind thing that you experienced last time, that was just Sasuke farting. Okay?
Right there goes
I
that
don't
new
smell
wind.
his farts anymore.
It was really
Yep.
like
They smell like cinnamon.
You know what's funny? It's funny how if Sasuke weren't dying, it felt like Team Taka would have stayed behind and actually beat Zetsu. But then again, on the other hand, Cameron would not unleash the chain because no love is in this involved.
No power
So
of love.
yeah. So yeah. But it's kind of funny how like it's just funny. Like it's just funny. Like I picture like every line so it's like, oh right, they actually took him down. Is he dead? Nope, he's not dead. Hey, we could do this. Hey, where you going? Guy, he's not dead. Get back here, asshole. And then Zetsu's like just turning around all quiet. Stop that question. Shit. Then repeat. But it's funny because they could actually take him down. Cameron literally soloed the entire statue. So.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't entirely. Well, possibly, or the statue could come back up because.
No, the statue is still up. It's still awake. Well, yeah, it could come. It's still awake because if you notice when Zetsu fall down right after Third Hokage, Saratobi was like, "Did Orochimaru did it? He did it. He beat him." And then you just see him landed by the statue hand, like as if he caught him. It's like, "Hey, master, I got you." Like that. And then
You're a
the
real
currency of
handyman.
this. Yeah. even though it's kind of funny when you get caught by the statue, let alone that's made out of wood. Shouldn't that hurt you still? Like, ow, damn, that shit is hard. It's not like you're not getting caught by a soft hand or something squishy. You're getting caught by a hard wood, so you pretty much hurt yourself still. Don't you think that's logic? I'm just saying. It's like getting caught by a transformer.
Shut up!
You're still gonna. It's
Shut
like getting caught by a.
For life. Shut up! How dare you bring logic into this manga? How
I'm just
dare
saying.
you? We do not take too kindly to those kind of words in this town.
I
Logic
think
in a
it goes.
Naruto manga? How dare you, sir?
Oh,
I
God.
bid you good day.
For the record, this goes to everything, every single thing. Like you fall down a Transformer Optimus Prime, which just save you by grabbing you, but like your hand is like made out of freaking metal. So
I died
you're
for
welcome.
your sins. Oh well, that makes everything okay then.
So, but anyway, it's like I said, you're not supposed to think logic in terms of shows and stuff. So yeah, that's just me going
Steve was
crazy.
here. He would want us to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You think when people fly with a Gundam without being inside, don't you think they'd be like, oh god, too much air pressure, oh god, too much, I'm fading, dead. Like I caught the princess, I'm gonna go all the way to the other palace, and I'm still grabbing her and just fly faster than Gundam suit. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Just put her inside.
That would probably snap her neck.
Put her inside. What the hell's wrong with you?
No, seriously. Ask Spider-Man. Yes, it does.
Oh yeah. The controversy. Did she die, or did she die by just falling there? Did
No,
she die
it
because
was
Green
confirmed
Goblin?
that Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah?
Spider-Man caught her. It snapped her
Yeah.
neck with whiplash. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about
Ouch.
Gwen Stacy there. I
Yes.
heard that ended the Silver Age.
All because the artist wanted to push Mary Jane.
Wait, I thought because that's true. I was thinking.
Remain single.
It's like Kishimoto killing off Sakura just so he could push Narahina. Don't get any funny ideas.
So,
Just be glad Obito's still around, because if she has to do the sacrifice, because if Sakura has to do the sacrifice and Obito's not around,
Oh, fuck off with the sacrifice, really. You
even if
people.
Rhino's
no.
getting sick of it.
I'm not too hell bent on this idea. Honestly, what I got from 663 is good enough for me. Everything
Man,
else could be just.
you people on the forum, though, man, goddamn. Oh, she's gonna die. She's gonna die.
She's gonna
She's gonna
die. She
die.
must die.
Oh, now she's gonna die. She's gonna sacrifice herself to save Naruto. Shut the fuck up. She's not gonna die. Okay, 1, she's out of chakra. 2, she doesn't know the damn technique.
I don't know how many times Inferno has pointed this out in so many of his rants. I mean, he's done it like 100 times by now.
I just wish I could just say 663 is great enough for her heroicness, okay? I mean, if she could do more, fine. If she does a sacrifice, fine. But if it doesn't happen, you cry like, just cry. Just why? You got everything. Everything that's happening right now is great enough. Is good enough in your record book,
I mean,
honestly.
I understand the Naruhina fans saying it, but come on.
Oh, the Naruhina.
To die right now. Naruto died.
The Naruhina fan pretty much want her to die and remain to die. For us, we want her to die only to bring back to life for more feels, which I understand. And honestly, I actually support the idea. But if it doesn't happen, oh well. I'm not gonna cry for it and be like, Kishimoto, you suck.
How
about be like that?
How about Sakura not die and Obito sacrifices himself to save Naruto using the last bit of his strength to actually get redemption? Huh?
Yeah, if it
Ever
makes
thought of that one? No?
Look, if it makes you.
I agree with you, James. I'm just wondering. If this happens, do you think we might finally get a Sakura and Obito interaction where they've met before but never really properly talked?
What?
Pretty much he's saying.
Let me explain first. If Obito decides to sacrifice his life to save Naruto, you think it's possible before that we might finally get an interaction between Sakura and Obito?
I'm guessing you want a Rin comparison with Sakura. I think that's what you're going for, right?
Possibly. I'm curious how Sakura
you want Obito to look at Sakura and go, "Man, you remind me of the girl I used to love. Now let me save your boyfriend."
Hold on,
I could see him saying like, you remind me of Rin, and she thought I'd die, but this time I'm not gonna let you see this guy die, so I'm gonna make his dream come true as well as you perceive yours, stuff like that. But
I didn't
I find it very funny and convenient. They're like, hey, I remember I was going to say like, it's funny because since Gaara's taking Sakura and Naruto to Minato's area, we expect more parallels. And yes, we can actually get your Obito Rin parallel. But how convenient. Oh, I think he's sleeping. It's like, oh yeah, you gotta be sleeping, right, Obito? Okay. Because it would have been a good time like, hey, what's wrong with Naruto? But he's sleeping. He's like, I don't see his chakra anymore. He's sleeping.
Let's have Obito go, I will not die a monster.
It's like Kishimoto's. I don't think he's trying to prevent it. I think he's just trying to get you like build up the hype. But it feels like he's trying to avoid so much possibility of like the obvious parallel, the obvious hints, the obvious direction he could go to, and the obvious continues on. But he just don't want to do it. It's kind of like like the whole Minato and Kushina parallel, or just Kushina herself. We waited way too long. I didn't wait it, but we always speculate it's obvious. But he keeps spreading stalling that obvious until 631. So there you go. That's your confirmation. Words from Kishimoto's mouth. Nothing to complain. Can't say anything else.
It does take them a long time to confirm a pairing moment, though. Again, if they all happen at once, it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah. Where do we stop that?
If Steve was here, he'd be probably yelling at us right now that we had to continue with the story, with the chapter breakdown because we went 10 minutes off topic.
Well, it's somewhat on topic. Okay, but let's get back to the chapter.
Where were we? Yes. Team Taka heading to Sasuke, wondering who that mysterious figure is. Apparently, it's someone they don't know. At least Karen doesn't know.
Okay, well, we have Orochimaru ask Karen, do you know that chakra? And she's like, no, but this chakra is like, I have a very bad feeling about it. Okay. Now, the idea is that this is actually Kabuto here, and people are going to say, like, well, if it's Kabuto, why didn't Karen recognize him? Well, I'll tell you why. Because if she recognized him, it wouldn't be a mystery.
My only other,
Okay?
my only theory is that it's White Zetsu coming back from the dead to take his revenge on Sasuke, but who knows?
That would have been a cool twist. I remember there was a lot of funny random twists from Tumblr. You have Iruka just come barefooted for no reason. you got
Despite showing he's properly well dressed and for combat. And
you got like
a naked Yamato with a towel around his waist, holding a candy bar and an energy drink, coming back from what looks like a sauna. Is like,
you just got a
whoops,
very horrible...
I just walked in on set.
you just got a you have a very, very deformed Zetsu that pretty much the entire body is made out of foot. I was like, what the hell is going on?
It's a giant foot monster. Come to save Sasuke. Why the fuck not, right?
You know, the funny thing is, if Orochimaru would have the sensing power, and if it is Kabuto to begin with, he probably would just say, "Oh, it's Kabuto." So so Kishimoto gave us Karen, who actually been outside in Konoha, like seriously, and Kabuto went through so many transformations. So, I mean, to the point that he become not just Kabuto, he become like whatever he is. I don't even know anymore. He just become
a thing.
A guy. A thing, yeah, he's a thing. So, that being said, it's funny. It's good trick from Kishimoto if it is Kabuto. If it's not Kabuto, then what the hell? Who the hell is that guy?
Yeah, and folks, let's be clear about something. There has been multiple times when there's hundreds of misdirections that, despite it being obvious, you know? How many times did Kishimoto try to throw off that Toby was Obito? And yet it exactly was that.
I actually gave up as soon as he announced he's a Madara to Pain. I actually gave up. Why were you lied to Pain? Well, he did, but still. I actually believed it, and I just say, oh, so be it. Because it did... Huh?
I didn't really mind. When it turns out to be Obito, I got a bit excited because we're going to learn a bit more about Team Minato and Kakashi, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well,
but then I was thinking... Huh?
No, I'm just saying, like this whole idea that it's not Kabuto because Karen would have recognized him. Really, it's the oldest trick in the book. How do you make a mysterious character be mysterious? Well, you have nobody recognize him, despite him knowing a whole bunch of people.
Like, let's say if Sasuke was the one that's doing the running, if he has the sensing power, he would know right away it's Kabuto. It's like, oh crap, it's Kabuto. What the hell he's doing here?
No, it's Goku. Goku came with the senzu bean.
Somebody says Itachi, he just trolled everybody that he left, but he didn't. I don't think they would do that now. That would be too much Itachi wank. Honestly, when he left with that last flashback of his, that's the good conclusion you could get from him.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that's... Well, it's not him.
It's Shishui. It's Itachi's best friend. You mean the one that died? Yeah, he didn't die. He just faked it. Oh, okay, so now I get it. You don't need to kill somebody this time, now they unlock the Megashio Sharingan. You just have to think they're dead.
Well, technically, didn't Obito unlock his Mangekyo Sharingan for the grief of losing Rin?
Wait, what?
Didn't Obito gain his Mangekyo Sharingan from seeing from the rage and grief you had over Rin's death?
Yes.
Right.
Oh wait, that was a lovely episode. I saw it. It made me get all teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think it's Kabuto. And I think all this stuff that people are trying to proclaim why it isn't Kabuto, I think it's all misdirection.
They should really learn not to do that by now. I only have two beliefs. It's either A, Kabuto, the most likely and logical, and B, it's less silly, but I can figure out why White Zetsu back from the dead. You know, the original
Doggies.
one. Whose dog is that?
It's Four Lies.
You have a dog? Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, chapter.
I think it's...
Anyway, it was showing Team Guy afterwards, right?
Yeah. I think 4 Life went to go answer the phone.
Ah.
Well, we fucked up the podcast. Oh, 4 Life did. You can thank him, folks. Anyway, so the whole tone shifts, and this is where people got pissed off about this chapter. We come back, and we shift to Team Guy, and then we have Mike Guy like proclaiming, "Yes, I shall, let's burn our youth power to the max and go to everyone's place. Lee, 10-10, away!" He's like Batman, but... And then he just collapses, and Rock Lee's like, "But you're exhausted, guy, sensei." And then 10-10, is like...
Question: do you find this tasteless?
No.
Is that a yes?
No. I think people are blown out of proportion. Oh my god, she cracked a joke about Neji's expense. He just died a few hours ago.
It's probably her way of missing him.
Yeah. I mean, I find it was funny. It's just, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was odd timing, but it is funny though. Because it's just, I find it funny how, like, the way how Tenzin see Neji did, pretty much saying like, well, I die. Now it's Team Guy, just consisting Guy, Lee, and you. So I'm gonna have nothing to do with this. So, bye. That's pretty much that's what pretty much Tenzin is saying. That's what pretty much Tenzin is saying. You die just to leave me with this hellhole team.
Well, at least we got to see a bit of 10-10's personality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the story with my uncle passed away, and we had all these problems and legal problems with his bills and stuff like that. My mother would sometimes say like, "Oh, god damn it, Thomas! If you weren't dead, I'd kill you myself," kind of thing. It's not.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of it's supposed to be comedy, yes, but it's not really tasteless. It's just kind of that's how they deal with it.
Yeah. I didn't think it was tasteless. Maybe because I was just so into the story, to the fact that everything from that point forward, it felt like it was just all serious. There was like, whoa, and it was like there was no joke. I don't remember the last joke they ever did in this whole volume so far.
It could be worse. She could be asking Neji to give Guy Sensei strength. Oh wait.
Oh god.
That goes kind of good.
But I admit, I think the whole scene, minus the pop part, the tourists come up, which go to that later. It felt like it was like a shout out to the Rock Lee SD creators. That's why I feel like. Because if you think about it, like, well, I mean, like, yeah, it got to the point that Guy want to go back to Gara area. So, that's one point. But it's just funny because it lasted quite a while. It reminds me of, I think it was in Immortal Arc, where Naruto just wanted to eat ramen because he was so hungry. And then you got a special guest from the actual people that came from movie 3, which actually casted by real famous people or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it was like a cameo within. Yeah. And then the anime changed that up because obviously they're not advertising movie 3 anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I felt like that moment. At least to me, a little.
I don't know. Am I one of the few people that actually like this chapter?
No, I like this chapter.
Yeah, I like this one too. It's not as good as the last two chapters, because those two were amazing, by the way. It's just that it was like lowering down the hype a bit, because when we get overhyped, well, bad things happen.
Yeah.
It was just too good.
It's like coming down from a high.
Yeah. It's just funny because I asked a lot of people, like, I bet a lot of people are still, I think the reason why we all like, so intense when 663 came out, I think a lot of people are so intense because we did not expect 2 in a row of a pairing stuff, let alone this fact it is about this pairing stuff. Because I keep saying that if 663 happened to have Gaara picking up Sasuke, this is going to be a team stuff. But if you let the story go by with Karen about Sasuke's life, and as well as Sakura with Naruto, then this is a obvious pairing without making it too blown out parent proportion because you still have a team wise, but you know the fact is obviously focused on that. I mean, for God's sake, nobody's. I believe nobody did not see the whole Karen you doing the chain. You know, see that coming. I think no one did. So yeah,
I still call it.
and uh, and it's kind of. I mean, it's not fun. I wouldn't say funny, but you know, in a way, it's strange. Not in a bad way. It's more like I didn't.
Why some would be upset, but
it's
you might be
it's
upset.
it's kind of strange, but not in a bad way. That you know, seeing Karen, let alone Sakura, which she in a way she's still kind of like headlining this scenario because she is literally Naruto's life support. But it's kind of funny seeing Karen being the headline of this scenario as well. I mean, she's about to go see the guy first when you think about it, and she's being more screen time than ever in terms of Team Taka side. So it's actually kind of surprising to see these two being like the.
Karen has always had a special focus among the members of Team Taka.
Yeah, but you would assume it would have some Orochimaru within, but it's actually more of Karen when you really think about it. So it's actually it's kind of like seeing Tenten out of nowhere getting the huge spotlight and take on one Akatsuki member. Like, holy crap!
Well,
I remember she'd been neglected through the whole series, so I never see this coming. I'm not saying Karen's neglected,
it
but
makes sense that Team Guy's being involved now because this is tying into the Kazekage rescue arc, where Team Guy was the team that went to rescue.
Yeah, it really does tie in really carefully.
Yeah.
The only question is, is Naruto going to die in this then?
So
Let's get back though.
then we have, which okay, there's one thing about this chapter, and we'll get to it. So we got Gaara with Sakura, obviously, and Naruto, and they're zoom zoom zoom, above them, and again Lee, who has no sensor type whatsoever, who cannot see from that possible angle, says, "Hey, that's Gaara's sand. I have a feeling Sakura-san is also with him." Really?
You know, why I get a feeling.
Let's have a Sakura sensing magnet or something.
here's a wild guess, but will you find appropriate timing for this joke? For some reason, I feel like it could happen, and I won't even be surprised. I picture because they don't know what's Naruto condition. At least I'm thinking that. So I'm picturing Rock Lee being all excited to help these guys out because they look like they could take down Madara with the pot. Like this is a sentence using the thing. And then Rock Lee's all excited, and then he just seen Sakura doing CPR, and then Rock Lee just heart breaks and just crushed down and dies. Not dies, but pretty much fade out.
What?
Like, Sakura-san, I'm come to save you, like, kissing. You just see the glass shatter in the background, and he just fade, and he just pass out. Then Tenten's like, Lee, what happened? Lee, wake up!
And then Tenten gets jealous about Lee's crush on Sakura. I think she does thank Lee.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good time to do that kind of joke, especially with Naruto dying and all. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like Raleigh movie. I mean, Raleigh was a serious guy, but they managed to put a joke with Master Roshi just being drunk as hell, try to fight him, and call him broccoli, no less. So
Broccoli?
why not Naruto could do that? Yeah, remember he's like, broccoli, I'm gonna kick your
you
ass.
steamy motherfucker.
He called him broccoli. He's like, yeah, that's nice, but his name is Raleigh, by the way.
I'm gonna put some cheese on you, you broccoli.
So yeah, I don't know if this is a good time to put that joke, but
All I know is now Tenten's thinking, damn it, Neji, why did you die? We were supposed to be a couple. Now I'm stuck with Rock Lee.
Ooh.
Actually, Tenten had a crush on Lee.
I remember the only hint I ever got was the last chapter of part 1. I remember that one clearly.
There was concern she had for Lee when he was crying over Neji's corpse.
Oh yeah, that works too.
And I think there was shown a jealous reaction of when he was talking to Sakura in the tuning
Sakura,
camp.
yeah. I never noticed that till now. I was like, oh, good call.
It's a joke opportunity. We get this strange new character in the series. She has these Mickey Mouse ears on her head. What, 1010? Yeah. Where'd she come from? She's always been there. Huh?
Has to say.
But anyway, where we stopped at?
So, yeah, they're. So basically, they actually could tell that Gaara, Naruto, and Sakura, I guess, are on the sand peel-offs and thing, and it's just crazy because it's like, if even Rock Lee can tell that, I guess he's a supporter.
No, possible. Well, probably. Who knows? Maybe they have a bit of sensing. Maybe they have tightened sensors.
So yeah, we got this little comedic moment with Tan screaming at Neji, like, "Why'd you leave me with them?"
I found it
And everybody's mad because
I like that. I like that small panel of him. Just wink. Yep. Thumbs up, soldier. Good luck on that.
You got this.
I find that funny.
You got
find
this.
it funny.
Keep calm and you got this. And then we go to, which I thought was actually pretty hilarious too in this one, but it's like literally so we got Madara and he's flying through the air with the greatest of ease, and he's like, I got a chest cold, and then he goes and he spits out a loogie of the biggest Chekhov gun I have ever seen in a story. The biggest Chekhov's gun.
Well, I believe in. Well, wait. Tell you what we're gonna do. I'll talk about it later.
Basically, it was the gourd and the sealing pot.
Yeah.
Which, if you all remember, it held.
It was once in the possession of the Gold and Silver brothers, Ginkaku and Kinkaku.
Yeah, it sealed that girl who name is basically
that cloud ninja that was part of Killer Bee's students team.
Yeah, who basically
And-
sealed hot and cold because those are those characters' translated names.
Oh yeah.
And it sealed it originally held the brothers and what Blue Star said, and so basically people were wondering, are they still in there? And the idea is no, they're not, because not only did Kabuto release the Edo Tensei, but the Nine Tails chakra that was originally in those pots was eventually ripped out thanks to Naruto.
Well, I believe Inferno says, due to the fact that if that was true, then the Ten Tails should not have been revived since he put the gourd in the pot in after the Edo Tensei was released. So it's possible that once sealed in the gourd, it cuts off the Edo Tensei's sealing contract link, like with when Madara did it when, the Jutsu was released. So the brothers are still inside the golden pot.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. It's more like wait until Kishimoto explains it. Once he explains it, we probably
This one's kind of an iffy because you don't really know. There are reasons why they're still in there, and yet there are reasons why they shouldn't be in there. And you really just don't know.
Well, it does seems like that sealing pot is pretty sealful. I don't even know that's a word. In terms of like, you could have a dead person, Edo person, but you could seal him. He won't disappear. He will disappear once he finally released, but he won't disappear. That's how I feel. Like, if I could imagine if they release it, you just see Gin and Kin, whatever their name is, just disappear right away. So you just see them fade out.
Yeah, unless, of course, that the idea of them putting them in the ten tails, absorbing them actually caused it to be broken.
Mm-hmm. That works too.
So there's many reasons. I don't think they're in there.
We'll have to find out.
Because, what are you going to do with them? It's much easier to get rid of them than it is to just,
They could still possess some Nine Tails chakra, which could be used to save Naruto's life.
But he still needs a host.
I don't know. I don't know
Well,
if having
with-
just
with-
the essence will do it.
Well, we'll discuss this when we finish the recap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these
Which
two,
is-
so these two items, you know, and Madara's like, oh, who gives a crap, you know? He thinks like, ah, who cares? And people are like, oh, well, this is so stupid. Here's Madara, a brilliant man, and all of a sudden he's just dumping these important tools that could be his downfall and just not giving a crap. And I have to say, yes, that is villain logic for you, folks. Okay? How many times do the villains do something that they know would actually cause their downfall, but actually don't think it will because they think they're so high on themselves, they think they can't be defeated.
There you go.
Well, there's also the fact that Madara knows more knowledge on the Sage of Six Paths than anyone, so he knows how to counter those things. And the sword doesn't really work without the whip and the sword.
Lastly, the Madara doesn't know Team Guy are there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh, well, it's not like those little losers right there is going to stop me. He just said, oh, I'll just spit it out. Anyway, I need that. That's all you did.
It's like throwing away a pack of gum or spit out your gum on the sidewalk.
Yeah, and then randomly a police guy just stopped me. Like, why are you stopping me?
Little do you know later, that piece of gum is actually what causes your car to stop and kill you.
Well, that's a little bit too far, but either way, karma effects, I guess.
It could be used.
But, like I said, discuss this later.
Yeah. So, it hits both Guy and Rock Lee in the back of the head. Again, another comedic moment, which I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, that one is funny.
It's just like...
I love Team Guy, I must say. They're like my third favorite team in the series.
You know, it's funny. I never noticed it now, but minus Neji, Team Guy were like a comedy team in a way.
Yeah.
Because I had to recap the manga because of the whole how the pot seal works and all that stuff.
Naruto, let's sweat our equal blood together. Where are you going?
I forgot how funny it was to me. At least to me, it was when they were like, I was like, well, we see almost all the weapons from the Recorder Sennin. Though there is that one weapon. Where is it? Then like later on chapters, you got a reborn, and it's like, yeah, we did it, yay! Oh wow, this weapon is so cool. I wonder what it does. You just see Tenten all fascinated by the weapon, and then the next thing you see, and then the next thing you see is like medic. I'm here, dying. It's like medic, please. I'm dying, dying me. she's all on the ground saying, I need medic. I'm dying.
Medic.
And then you just see.
So what is this, Team Fortress 2?
And then I think the anime actually extended longer by making Tenten beg for the weapon again. He's like, can I get that weapon, please? Please. And then she just started getting dragged. He's like, no, you gotta rest. He's like, I need that weapon, please. So I was like, I never noticed it. Yeah. So it seems like Team Guy is consistent with like comedy in a different fashion. You got the duos, the crazy duos, Rock Lee and Guy. You got Tenta that gets dragged into this, and you got Neji be like, oh god, you gotta be serious.
It's kind of funny.
You got that kind of guy.
It is kind of funny that these tools just kind of drop in the lap of a weapons expert.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, she's not that strong compared to the other ninja, but she is like probably the #1 weapons expert out of all of them.
Yeah. But I don't think. But it does require a huge amount of chakras. I could see her could do it like once or twice, and then she'd probably pass out if she can't do it on Madara. Like, oh, you fail. Too bad.
Yeah. So moving on, we got Gaara finally, and Gaara, Sakura, and Naruto's body finally making it to Kakashi and Minato.
Who were in battle with Black Setsu possessing Obito. It seems Black Setsu is a much stronger fighter than we realized.
And Kakashi's like, I can't sense Obito's consciousness anymore. I have no clue what that means.
I think he pretty much is in this.
Obito is dead. Or see, he's kind of Setsu's kind of, I suppose, put him in a sleep mode so he can use the body fully.
Or D, he's the Terry Shivo of the Naruto universe.
What?
Just
The
seems
Terry
funny
the
he's sleeping
Terry
at the right-
Shiva Naruto verse.
The Terry Shiva.
I'm not gonna explain it. You guys can look it up.
Alright.
All right, so we got, we got the it is the Yang chakra, right, of the Kurama?
Yin chakra.
Yin,
chakra.
yin.
The Yang was in Naruto.
I thought Yin was the good.
Yeah, the Yin is sort of dark chakra, but it's got the nice personality, while the Yang is supposed to be the good, but it's got the bit of the dark personality.
All right.
I think that's how it
Whatever.
goes. I don't know. I'm not an expert in Yin and Yang.
We got the Yo-Yo Kurama. Up and down. And he tells Minato to, change the sensor type because can you sense that? I don't sense anything. Exactly.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Nah.
Your son is dead.
Well, if he's a Yin Kurama, he might as well make a joke out of that. He's dead. No, he can't be. Nah, I'm messing with him. He's still alive, but you can help him.
Yeah. He's still
I mean,
alive,
he is
okay.
Yin, dark. He could have dark comedy in him.
Anyway. So he talks about how Naruto got how he got Kurama extracted from him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we get Gaara and then, like, hey, Kakashi Sensei, huh? Naruto's dead, huh? They extracted.
I got 2 friends died.
Yeah.
In one day.
Look at everything
might
I
as well-
touch dies.
His teammates and his students now dying. It must be the worst day of his life. All over again.
I still have Raikiri on my hand. I could just do it to my heart right about now.
I don't think Kakashi's the type to do suicide.
Squeeze too hard.
Well, in a way, it looked like he would have. It would have after the whole Obito being revealed as the main mastermind and everything. If Naruto didn't exist, he would have. Because to me, even the anime is kind of addressing he just can't touch anything that's like associated to whatever he used to have in the past. And he tried to wash his hand too many times, and because it keep reminding him that he killed Rin. It's like something like that. I don't know. I don't know how I'll live with that. Like all that craziness.
Living is sometimes a fate worse than death.
Yeah, I know. Pretty much. I mean, when you think about it, Kakashi didn't even fight until Naruto said, like, "Come on, man, we gotta fight. This is war," and stuff like that. And then Kakashi started fighting back. He was literally taking all the hits, the beat down. He went to the Komui world. He's still getting beat down without even fighting back. I'm like, Kakashi, wake up already. So yeah.
Yeah. So, Gaara tells Minato, I got a message from Mother Kurama. If you put your half of the chakra into Naruto, it'll save his life. And then we get flashbacks.
Showing Mini Kushina for the Valentine's week. That was our Valentine's week, Mini Kushina.
Yeah.
Why not? It is the only confirmed pairing.
And this is the most amazing chapter, because I have to say this. Wow, Kushina is accurate. Like, really? You actually said all this, Kushina? Really?
Like, mother knows best, as they say.
Not only was she spot on, but she was spot on. What if he wants to be Hokage some way? Check. What if he falls in love with a girl and doesn't know what to do? Check. What if he does this? Check.
What if he doesn't listen to Sensei? Check.
What happens if he starts dying in front of his father? Check.
Check. Oh,
okay, that was a bit.
What if he drinks bad milk and has to go to the bathroom a lot? Check.
Check. What if he just become a Kurama Jinchurukin and actually use it as an advantage to save his best friend? Check.
What if he hangs out with Jiraiya? Or worse, what if he becomes Jiraiya?
Check.
Check.
I don't know. I guess that's why she doesn't lose the argument, because she's always going to be one step ahead, literally.
This explains so much to us.
Yeah.
This is why Minato is like, oh crap, I didn't see this coming, but
Yeah, and,
I
and
should
this is where
have.
we get actually Minato's personality, more in depth at his personality comes out, and surprisingly, and I'm not surprised by it, he behaves more like Naruto.
Yeah, he's like,
Like father,
oh,
like
don't
son.
you worry.
They asked me, this is what's going to happen when Naruto and Sakura get married and Sakura's pregnant. She's going to worry about what her kid's going to do in the future.
What if he becomes like you, Naruto? What?
Yeah.
But Kushina's like, you're so busy being Hokage. And he's like, and she's like, what if this boy is naughty and he wants to become Hokage and stuff like that? And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. How do you know it's gonna be a boy? How do you know it's gonna be a Hokage? And how do you know? And how do you know he's gonna oppose his teachers and not understand anything about a girl's feelings? And she's like, because I'm his mother. I'm like, that's a pretty good argument.
Well, that is the only answer you do need to hear. Well, that good point.
I actually do like Kushina's face when she says, I'm his mother. I'm like,
Yeah, she has that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Wasn't that the very next page? It was now Minato was like, "Whoa," and then he went happy again. Like he has that panel like, "Woo," like that shock face that Naruto made when Ruka gave him the headband.
yeah.
Yeah, he had that face. He had the exact face.
And then I was just like, I'll protect him no matter what. And then Kushina does her comical. That's pretty bold of you to say that. And then he actually does. And I swear to God, it's the exact same face Naruto gave at the Promise of the Lifetime. Almost the exact same.
There was a Tumblr post, and they made a crazy comparison, and it almost feels very identical. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Because I'm his father. That's why. And it's like, why is like, come on, folks. You cannot tell me that this does not look familiar. It's purposely set up to be this way. And if you're gonna deny it, shame on you. Oh no, but you're gonna tell me that face is exactly what Hinata makes every time she stalks Naruto? Give me a break.
She looks like half a robot half the time when she makes a face.
Man, every time I look at Hinata, it's like looking at Children of the Corn. Join us! Join us! No. So Minato tries to, after having this flashback, he decides to transfer the Nine Tails to Naruto, and he gets cock.
Black Zetsu comes.
Yeah, he gets cock blocked by Black Zetsu.
Yoink.
I think Black Zetsu's a Jinchuriki now because I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused in that part too, in a way. I never thought of that until I looked back. I'm like, huh, what? How does this work?
Yeah, I was like, so is he the Jinchuriki, or did he pull the Nine Tails out at a manifestation right then and there, or is it like standing right next to him, or like
what do we see? Is it inside his body, or he's carrying some orb? What? I don't understand. Or is he carrying that whatever that Kuruma was coming from? Like it was like all Moti, like some Grimer from Pokemon. I don't know how he's holding it. I don't know. Maybe it's an orb. I don't know.
I don't know, but all I know is that Black Zetsu finally steals the Nine Tails, and
Then suddenly Madara arrives.
yeah, very convenient.
And Setsu, everyone's shocked, and Setsu goes like, Madara-sama, giving his huge respect and loyalty to Madara, and Madara just comments saying, what took you so long, Black Setsu, something like that.
Well, you know, this and that. Oh, and this kid is dead. So yeah.
So that's basically the end of the chapter, where you got Minato, Sakura, Gaara, Kakashi, Black, Zetsu, and Madara all in the same area, looking at each other with like these gasping glares, and like, what are we gonna do now?
We are.
Anyway, it's possible with the gourds that there's still Nine Tails chakra inside of them, and that might be used to save Naruto's life.
Oh, we're talking about what the Patsios are there for?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me think about this. Let's see. few things I want to say before we discuss that. Actually, would it be tasteless if they do a comedy sketch of like, say they about to get the night the Yin Kunama back, and Minato's like doing a cool pose, and like you could imagine a cool exciting music background because Minato is about to be back alive, and then you just see Madara just yoink it and then eat it, and then pretty much you got every power known to man, but then Gara just say whatever. Would that be tasteless? Like I'm picturing, like, you know how, like, for whatever, like if you ever watch like any Marvel movies, they always do something like what could have been cool actually gets jobbed out bad. Like Iron Man is like the best example of that. If anyone remember in Iron Man 3, the
You mean with
original
the
Iron.
man? Oh, I found that
Well,
funny.
not like that. Not like that. I meant like, okay, if you know the movie, if you've seen the movie, you know how, like, like it feels like the heroes that lost, and then he heard that the old Iron Man suit, well, not the old one, but his original suit is coming. So it sounds like a comeback mode coming, a comeback time is happening. He's like, well, I'll be damned. The original prodigy has returned, and then he's about to come suit up, and then the armor crashed to some pillar, and pretty much, yep, your hope is gone. And then he's like, whatever. So what if they do that for Naruto? Well, I'll be damned. The Yin Kurama is back, and then Madara just take it back, and then he's like, whatever. Like, well, so much for that hope. I don't know. I would have actually laughed, even though it's kind of messed up. Because, like, well, Naruto is officially dead. Too bad. I don't know. That would have been funny. I mean, they did. I mean, Kishimoto kind of did that with the whole Bijou mode. He's like, all right, it's time to go Bijou mode. We're gonna end this and pew. And then you see Sasuke just looking at him like, well, yeah. Now it's just like,
Beware my power.
like, yeah, that, I don't know. It seems tasteless, but it would have been hilarious to me. Like, yeah, we got you and Kurama. Crap.
Like an Outlaw Star scene with the Katara, and she's like, by the power of the moon, I just get stronger. Yeah, and then she collapses to the floor like, meow. And they're like, Blue Heaven doesn't have a moon.
Wait, what was that from?
It was from Outlaw Star.
I remember seeing that. I remember that moment.
She's like, by the power of the moon, I shall power up and destroy you all. And then she just plops to the ground, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then, like, she tried to do all this, like, dramatic thing to power up, and then they're like, Blue Heaven doesn't have a moon. It's a meteor.
Yeah, they always have that, like, all hype up for nothing moments in a lot of shows, so why not just do this? Just one time, even though it's tasteless.
I think it tastes pretty good.
Well, yeah,
Back
okay,
to the
so
Anyway.
what you guys think what's the purpose of this seal?
Now, I can only think of two possible reasons. The one is that the gods still have some nine-tailed chakra, whether or not you believe King Kaku and King Kaku are gone or not. It still has some chakra, and that would be what will keep Naruto alive. He won't have any tailed beasts, but he'll at least have enough chakra to keep him alive. And two, it's what they'll use to sort of like possibly try to seal Madara with, but Madara I doubt would be that easy to fool with those gods, since he seems to know a lot about them.
Well,
and he consider them that much of a threat.
Well, they did say there is a way to counter it or escape it. It's not an easy thing to do, like, oh, I could just do it and he'd be sealed for good. You have to do a lot of stuff in order to make it happen. So, yeah, I don't think that could work right away. You could do it if he's about to die. It's like, oh, you're not going to die. You're going to be sealed forever. You could do that.
Mm-hmm. But it's not going to happen straight away, because that would just be anticlimactic.
Get that gourd sealing. Madara gets put into it. What the hell? Where the hell am I? And then Orochimaru, hey, bro! Dude! This place is awesome!
Yeah, that's funny, because I forgot that Orochimaru is there. So if he comes out...
and come back again.
So if he comes out, ever, where he meets his other the other Orochimaru, or he would just get sucked in and become an all-in-one Orochimaru.
Wasn't it recorded that Itachi sealed Orochimaru and Naruto in different from this one?
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Susanoo gourd, not the Sage's gourd.
Yeah, I was talking about Itachi's his Susanoo gourd. And I was like, where's Itachi when you need to seal something?
That I misheard. My mistake.
What do you think the reason why we're seeing these seals now? What kind of role they're gonna be playing?
It's
James?
either just for me, it's either A, save Naruto's life, B, used to defeat Madara, or to finish him off. Either one of those two ways.
Okay. James?
I think it's either going to seal Madara himself, a way to defeat him, or it's going to seal the Ten Tails' power.
Uh-huh. Anyway,
it's gonna.
What? Huh?
Although I wouldn't be surprised if Madara gets sucked up and then he somehow breaks out of it. All pissed off but depowered. He's like, like Jack of Blades from Fable. You destroyed my sword. Anyway, you know how long it took me to get that?
I can see it happening in the next chapter, actually. I think it would be well, it's like what Blue Star Saber said. It could happen those way, and it might happen, but I do think it's possible it's going to be used for the next chapter. If the next chapter, if Kishimoto is willing to make it into a good feel chapter rather than a sad feel with Sasuke and Naruto both die. But if it's gonna aim for good feel, I can see the reason for the seal part come in to have Madara get distracted. And it's like a one-trick pony moment, pretty much, because Madara is a Jinchuken, and I think we're gonna be established that Gaara and Kakashi attacks won't work on him since you need to be Sage in order to hit him. So it feels like everything is all too late until a secret attack from Guy team just come out, and then Madara will be like, "What the hell? Oh crap! It's that pot I just threw out." Oh well, it still won't stop me, but it stopped Black Zetsu, and they probably dropped Yin Kuruma some way. Then I think what's his name? Minato would probably grab it as soon as possible, and then I see it like Minato teleport Sakura and Naruto to somewhere else. If not, it would be Obito teleport, waking up and conscious back in the nick of time. Something. I feel like the pot could be a distraction moment because again, you can't touch Madara. Madara is literally untouchable at the point, so it could be a good distraction tool. But I could be wrong there, so yeah, I don't know. That seems the most logical sense in a way.
I just wish people would stop with the whole Sakura's going to die.
It's not gonna happen. It's not even. There's no way it's gonna happen.
Come on, I think it's gonna be a higher chance of Obito doing something than Sakura doing something like that.
If there's anything that's gonna be similar to the Chio thing, it's gonna be Obito. And who knows? We might actually get a conversation between Sakura and Obito.
Yeah. You remind me of a girl I once loved.
Well, they might bring up Obito might bring up that he was once like Naruto, that he was once like Naruto, which might surprise Sakura a bit. And who knows, Sakura might be
spend every chance Obito. You can with him, because you may never get a second chance.
Yeah.
That would be such a crazy thing to hear or read, more or less, because it's like I say again, I really didn't expect this Kishimoto would go full blown out with this pairing stuff. I feel like I feel like at one point I was testing myself if I was being delusion, or not delusion. That's a bad way to say it. More overdoing,
Reading it.
either misleading, overthinking. This whole NaruSaku being one of the
It's like chapter
best
601 all over
parents.
again.
I feel that at one point. I didn't read them. I didn't reread, but I feel like if I reread, I probably get a second thought and say, "Nope, I definitely got the right idea," which I most likely do. I mean, going back to Slex Trem, epic thread, I should not even deny myself. But this one is literally establishing. It's establishing very clearly from
Yeah,
Kishimoto.
so calm down. So everyone.
And a bonus.
No, I was just saying. So,
And a
continue what you're saying.
yeah, go. A bonus. Apparently, Sasu's Karen is the real deal now. I'm not saying shit is not, but it seems like it's the if it doesn't happen, if the pairing does happen for Sasuke, it will be Karen. That's it. If it goes anywhere else, that's dumb. But if it doesn't happen, then oh well. That's what I'm saying for Sasuke situation. Anyway, go on.
Well, I was just saying, like, calm down, everyone. I mean, I understand you guys are in a high stress because you're really excited about what's gonna happen and how things are gonna play out. Calm down.
Whatever happens, it happens. Whether we like it or not, that's your choice. But you cannot deny it when it finally happens.
Oh well, the Naruhina fans are gonna deny it all they want.
Yeah, that. But I was kind of referring to our own fandom of how Naruto's going to be saved as well. Because face it, there's probably going to be some people a bit annoyed that the Chio Jutsu did not happen.
I do have to say I'm kind of tired of the villains always getting like a one-up on the good guys, and the good guys not getting any one-ups at all.
You mean Madara? Madara has been one up to the whole to the whole volume so far.
Like he one-ups everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, your guys are about to defeat me.
Rama.
Yeah, well, wow, you guys are about to defeat me. Here, let me use Obito and make myself alive. Oh, you're about to transfer to Nine Tails? Oh, here, let me have Black Zetsu steal it off of you. Oh.
Well, he get his butt whooped by the tailed beasts until he decides to use the Ghetto statue.
Yeah. Like, come on, really? Kishi, come on! You gotta give the good guys something. I hate when they do this. I hate when all storytellers do this. They always give the villains you give them everything. You give the villains every possible chance, but it's unreasonable that the good guys would have the same opportunity or do a similar cock block of some sort.
Well, we might.
I don't.
We might get it. We'll just have to wait a bit. I mean, first.
Yeah, go.
For life you can go. I'm not going anywhere with this.
Well, I don't know. I like that this is happening because I feel like what Naruto did was for the wrong. Okay, he did the right thing at the same time did the wrong thing because Madara did thank Naruto, so you pretty much help Madara. It's like what movie did this? I can't think of a movie right now, but it's like a very ongoing result of a Saw movie. Like every Saw movie is always a bad part. Like, oh shit, he's the bad guy. Oh shit, I've been fooled. Oh shit, I got caught. It's never a good ending for those movies. So for this, it's like an ongoing ending result of what you did to Obito. You only get nothing but bad and hopeless. Like once Naruto realized, what he did made better for Madara, pretty much he put himself into the screwy situation, which he is now. So there you go. So I don't mind this whole scenario happening. Maybe if Obito was the only first boss, and then pretty much he keep getting one up, but then I would have been like, well, okay, that's too much.
I guess I'm just tired
Madara,
of it.
I don't know. I feel like it's like
you did it for Sasuke, you did it for Obito, you did it for Madara, like.
He waited. That's what Madara did. He waited.
He's very patient. I mean, he pretty much waited. Pretty much lived his life as an old man in a secret location until the opportunity arose and for him to make his move, which was Obito and Nagato.
It's the reason why Madara just chilling with Hashirama until Obito finally got defeated.
I,
Until he had to make
I
his
guess I don't
move.
want Madara to turn into an Aizen. I guess.
Well, it depends.
When it came to Aizen, it stretched to like disbelief. He's like, "Oh, I knew exactly what was going to happen at the exact moment in time with each exact step you've ever made." I'm like, "Really?"
Well, to be fair, Madara only defeated 3 guys in the one volume. Well, if you want to count Biju's, fine, but he did it with a summon, so it's not like he did it with his bare hands. And plus, to the whole after chapter 4 of the volume, all Madara has been doing is preparation. First he gets the Jinchuruken, then first he gets the Jubi, then he becomes a Jinchuruken. Now he has to get the eye.
And to be fair, it's not like completely like Aizen. I mean, he did say things did not go as planned, but he's sort of like more to working out.
Thank
how
God he had those 7 backup plans just in case. I foresaw this coming, so I came up with 7 backup plans just in case it went through that way. Oh, really?
Okay.
Put it this way. Maybe if Madara has to fight Obito rather than have to do the work, maybe it would have been a different situation.
Whatever happened to plans not going according to plans?
Well, technically, getting the eye back is not according to plan.
Yeah. I mean, he still hasn't got his eye back yet. I mean, Obito could just quickly prevent it from happening. I mean, he needs...
Yeah.
It seems he needs both eyes for some reason. Or at least...
He needs both eyes to control the full power of the six paths.
Yeah.
So...
And clearly he is a bit of a perfectionist, since Obito can care less about about having the full power. I mean, that's because Madara is an arrogant being.
All he wants is that world he keep hyping about. That's all
Which, by the way, what the hell is Madara's plan anyway? Like, what was his main goal? We don't know.
He said it already.
It was the Eye of the Moon plan.
Yeah.
But why?
He just said it. He keeps saying it.
Keep saying the Eye of the Moon plan. It's just that we've heard other people talk about the Eye of the Moon plan and its goals. Not from Madara.
Well, Obito is about peace and himself for the selfish reason. This one is completely his selfish reason. But, yeah, it's actually selfish reason. But at least Obito give it a benefit. Like, hey, how about joining me? I'll give you Rin back. Hey, how about joining me? I'll give you the Hokage title. Hey, how about joining me? Madara's like, I'll kill ya, but be happy that you were sacrificed to my plan. Thank you. Die. That's the difference between Obito and Madara.
Yeah.
I just don't get it though. But okay, maybe I'm just overthinking it a bit here. But it's like, okay, Madara, what do you want to do with this power now? I want to become God. Okay, so after you become God, then what? I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna rule everybody. Okay, and then after that,
it's one of those moments where
fuck, if there's no challenge, I'm gonna get bored. Yeah. Quick, someone get me a Game Boy! They haven't been invented yet.
It kind of remind me of that made-up ending. What if Frieza got immortality? He would get bored.
Yeah.
Like, killed this planet too many times now.
I'll just get back to Dragon Balls. Wish the planet back so I could blow it up again.
It's pretty much like that. You know, nobody thinks ahead. They only think what's in front of them.
Yeah. Which is the kind of flaw about life. It's like, in reality, we don't give a crap about what the destination is. We just want to get the journey. That's where all the fun is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So why is Madara doing this again? Is it because he wants to become God, or is it because he wants peace, or is it because he just wants to be a jackass and rule everybody?
Well, I think in the chapter when he when it revealed that about the sage's name and the Ten Tails being a tree, I think he said something about how he, after learning about Oh no, I don't really quite remember what it said, but I believe this is what made him lose faith or something about this world. It was something like that. Oh no, I, I don't remember the chapter. I don't remember what he said in it.
So you don't remember the chapter, and you don't remember what he said, but you're gonna tell me that you know what it is.
Wait, what you said?
I remember the chapter. I just don't remember what he said.
What are you talking about?
What it?
You know, when the Shinji, the tree, Telltale turning out to be a tree. That chapter.
Like.
Oh yeah, that was 650. No, 646.
Yeah, but what? What is Madara's goal?
Goal is to stop war, but forever happening again. Cause the past, when he read the past from that shrine thingy, he read that they had a war before chakra was even spread out, and when that princess or queen, I forgot, I think it was a princess, right? When she did it, it's supposed to be like, oh, turning event, that no war will happen. Turns out there's still war. There's still war with chakra. And then the worst thing, Jubi wants that chakra back. But then the Rikoto Sender said, no, we keeping that chakra. I'm going to seal you into me. And then he spreads out and the war keep continuing. It's a forever ending loop. There is no way to stop it. There is no ending for war. There's only, yeah.
Yeah, he just pretty much. I guess even suppose like a warrior like him gets tired of fighting.
Yeah.
I just think.
I mean,
I think in his sense, he wants to be the one to end it. He wants to be the one on top.
Please, anime gods, please make Ron Perlman narrate the tablet, because I really want to hear him just go, war never changes. Before there was chakra, war was fought with sticks and stones, and then guns, and then stuff like that, until the mother came and bit the forbidden fruit, and gave everybody chakra, and ended war by using it. Then the Sage of Sixpash used it to create all these good things in the world, and blah blah blah. But the tree got angry, and decided to take revenge and stuff like that, and war never changes.
That's kind of funny to think that way. Hey, I want that chakra back. Give it back.
Looks like somebody's been playing Fallout.
I wanted it back. And it's kind of selfish. He's like, we could have it back in my body. I'm sealing you. Why would you do that? That's so wrong. Just give it back.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Tantails. Here, you can have the chakra. Psych!
Sealed. Oh yeah, you're mine now. And I even got more chocolate.
Madara playing with the strings. Who's my bitch now? Who's your daddy?
Very selfish. Very selfish Rikoto.
Now, I'm wondering, if Madara's comment, if he encounters Rock Lee again, that he did kick him and he might want to have a little payback.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Nah.
Kicked me in the face earlier.
That happened today? Yes. We're still in the same war. Oh.
Man, it feels like a year and a half ago.
It's crazy to think it is. Holy crap. But yeah. What do you remember? That's a good question. Maybe he'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're that little grunt that kicked me." And he probably kick him, and Rock Lee probably get KO already.
You're the little spandex wearing Robin lookalike in this manga, and there's your gay ass Batman. I'm gonna kill you both.
Curious. I wonder. You think Madara might make a comment about Sakura being Tsunade's disciple?
Maybe if you get closer look in the marking, he probably would. Like, hey, that diamond seal. Oh, you. But he's far away. He's really far away. Let alone Minato and Sakura and Naruto are far away from Gaara and Kakashi.
Just walks up to her. What? Doing that little eye squinting thing, like looking at the thing, and then just pushes it, expecting something to come out of her mouth. Bing! What? I thought you were a dispenser. I'm not some ice machine, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Let's just hope Sakura doesn't
Here's what I
squeeze his
think.
heart too hard, right? Oops.
Here's what I think for next chapter. I believe
What was noise?
the answer. I believe the answer to everything is gonna happen next chapter. With that said, you think these guys are gonna live or die?
Who?
Which what you mean, Team Guy or?
Naruto and Sasuke.
Well, I can see them if they. I can see them either living or dying by the end of this. Volume. If White Setsu does return, I can't find it, and I can't find it if and does take revenge of Sasuke. I can't find it symbolic in a sense because black and white and black Setsu are two kind of like a form of dark and yin and yang, light and dark. And they killed the opposite of the main two characters. You know, Naruto the light killed by the dark black Setsu, and Sasuke the darkness killed by the light, which is white Setsu. If you understand what I'm saying, or do I need to get more sense? So anyway, then you said you wanted to discuss something about heaven and earth, or did you about the forms, or did you already discuss them?
Huh?
Was that all? I don't know. Before we started the podcast, didn't you say there was like something you wanted to talk about the forms, or was that like?
No, I did it already.
Ah, right. Mhm.
So
No,
it's just the mass confusion and the split, where people are thinking like Sakura's going to die, and it's like no.
We already have like Naruto and Sasuke dying. I mean, can we really have like Sakura dying as well?
You know what I expect to see at the end of this volume, though?
What?
I expect Naruto to be seen to be standing there, cracking his knuckles and going, "Surprise! I'm back."
That would be pretty cool. Let's see.
I mean, honestly, you know what the funny thing is? And I have to make this comparison because I am a big Superman fan. Does this not seem like the Death of Superman comic?
I haven't seen that comic.
Okay, where he fought Doomsday.
Well, I have heard about it. It's when something that happened in the 90s where Superman makes his last stand.
Yeah, he fights a creature named Doomsday, and they both end up like dying.
And then a year later, he comes back.
Yeah.
Comic books. They never kill off their characters.
Not die. Put him into a healing coma.
Comic book deaths. They never last long, well, except for Flash and Woodsy, Bucky, and Jason Todd.
Yeah. So, but
the only one that now remains dead is
Death
Parker
is cheap.
and Bruce's parents.
Death is kind of cheap in anime, so.
Well, not as cheap as comic book deaths in America, though. Yeah. And for most part, Naruto isn't as bad as most others, which usually bring back
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Wait, what you mean Dragon Ball?
No, we were talking about anime deaths, and we were talking about how this whole thing seems like it kind of reminds me of the Death of Superman comic book.
And then it went into a further discussion about comic book deaths and manga and anime deaths.
Yeah.
I was saying, out of what I've seen, Naruto isn't as bad as most other mangas and animes. True, it has like revival jutsus, but it, for most cases, mainly using like a zombie kind of like one.
I get it. Well, yeah, but even as a revival, you still have to sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
So,
a life.
Yeah.
So, at least with Naruto, there's a cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cap, yeah. In DBZ, there is no cap. The only cap is, if you die normally as an old age, well, that's it.
Yeah. You ain't coming back.
I mean, it got to the... Yeah. It got to the point where when they announced Goku died in Namek, they were like, "Oh, he didn't make it." Hmm. Well, that's too bad. We're like, really? That's your emotion? I don't blame you though, cause you have Dragon Ball. Well, whoever dies, it doesn't matter anymore. You could just revive them in the same day. Don't worry.
By the way, I found an inconsistency in Dragon Ball Z, but I don't know if I should discuss it here. I just thought about it.
By all means. By all means.
Okay, everyone's always having problems with inconsistency in Naruto or inconsistencies in Superman or anything of that support. Anything of those storytellings. I found a major inconsistency with the story that nobody ever thought about or really realized about, and it's horrible when you really think about it.
What? Naruto and Superman.
Goku.
Goku. I'm sorry. That's not
Okay,
funny. Go.
When he first died and went to the Kinkai planet, it took him 6 months to get there, to travel across Snake Way, right?
Yes.
And he trained.
I haven't read that far.
And he trained for 6 more months on the planet. Okay.
Wait, I thought they pushed him back earlier because the saying came earlier. Whatever, just keep going.
Okay. Whatever. Let's just know it take a long time for him to do all this, right? Now Goku only basically increased his power by maybe 100-fold. You know.
Right.
He went from the thousands. He went from 8,000 to like 22,000, something like that. You guys probably know more than I do.
Well, I don't know. All I know is this the line says over 9,000.
Vegeta.
Okay.
Vegeta.
Now here's where the inconsistency comes in.
Okay.
We then get Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, and Piccolo
Oh my god.
get to the planet.
I already know.
You know how long it took them to cross Snake Way to get to King Kai's planet? What's that? 6 months? Are you crazy? It took them 1 week. 1 week! Not only that.
Yeah, even.
Not only that. But King Kai allowed the Ginyu Force to get there, which...
I thought that was filler.
which...
Was it filler?
No! Which Yamcha, Tien...
So Kai removed that?
Chaozu... and... Piccolo... beat them handily. Easy. Meanwhile, Goku had a difficulty with them on Planet Namek.
No, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't.
I have a wait.
Okay, well, I had a problem with Captain Ginyu. But every other Z fighter had.
Captain Ginyu, yes.
Every other person, though, had problems with them. You know, it took a.
Yeah, I find that. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that these humans on planet Earth increased their power level more than Goku did when he was training on that planet? Are you kidding me?
That's a good point. Never thought of that.
It took them less time to get there. They increased their power like 10,000-fold, not 100-fold like Goku did. And they did all the stuff that in less time than Goku did. And nobody pointed out this inconsistency before?
That's true. I never thought of that just now.
I think they just enjoyed the fights.
But
You know, I never...
I'm just saying, like, a lot of people like hold Dragon Ball Z in high regard. It's nowhere near a perfect story, if you really think about it.
You know the funny thing about DBZ? Compared to a lot of manga, or let's just say for Naruto's sake, let's compare it to Naruto. A lot of training has to do with something brand new. Like, you want to know the element of your attack? Sure. Okay, let's learn that. You want to know how you do stage mode? Sure. Okay, let's learn that. DBZ, I should get strong. That's all you. That's all you need. And the funny thing about that, you're telling me that all you have to do is just train in outer space with the gravity stuff, and you become God tier. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, I'm not too bothered, but it's kind of funny to think that you could just train in outer space and wham, you're powerful than anybody in Namek except Frieza. Yet.
Yeah.
it seems strange. I mean, I never seen a training actually does that much justice. I usually see a training to get that new level of power that does much work. Like I just said, Naruto is like control your chakra better. Learn how to use QB chakra without having QB control you. Learn how to get
And
the wind
unlike Dragon Ball
elements.
Z and
Learn how to
Naruto,
do.
anger is a bad thing. If you get angry, you cannot control anything. In Dragon Ball Z, if you get angry, you are the ultimate god.
Yeah, use her Super Saiyan from anger. There you go.
Well, let's just say that Kishimoto has surpassed, let's see the Dragon Ball author in some ways.
I find it very. I don't know if it's this consistent, but I did find it funny. I know they say Saiyans, when they get beat down badly, they get stronger when they return. I understand that. Exactly how much stronger can you get?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They automatically
like when
think.
Goku was fighting.
They automatically think,
Huh?
well, if Frieza if Frieza put me close to death and he has a power level of 1,000,000, then I'm gonna increase my power by 1,000,000. No, it doesn't work like that. That's power scaling, and that doesn't happen in the show.
I just want to know what was Goku. If Goku never fought Ginyu Force, how much form? How many forms can he fight of Frieza? Up to 2, 3, what? Can he fight Frieza? The very normal form?
Well, according to my
No?
video game that I've been playing called the Battle of Z, I could kick Frieza's ass in Stage 1 Goku.
my point is, if he had a, I wouldn't say he had a hard time with Ginyu, Captain Ginyu, but you know, it still was a battle. Like surely Goku would have won easily, not too easily, but easily.
I was more powerful.
That being said, if you get beat down, how the hell that beat down will make her reach to the same, almost to the same level as the final form Frieza? How? That's a huge jump. Exactly what was the power gap between Captain Ginyu and the first form of Frieza? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Mhm.
like if you fight Frieza right now, the first form, gets beat down, get recovery, how powerful can you get? Can you fight the final form now? That's like 2 forms skipped.
Power Frieza's power level was a 300,000 in first form.
Something like that, or 500,000. Well, I forgot. And then
Anyway, didn't most of the Dragon Ball characters get smaller when they became more powerful or something?
well, you talk about the villains?
Yeah.
That's a logic-sensitive villains, except for Perfect Cell.
Yeah. Frieza, the most powerful being in the universe, supposedly, right? Gets beaten by a man-made creation on Earth. Because Cell is 100 times more powerful than Frieza is. 1,000 times more powerful.
Yeah, I'm always bothered. I like the concept of the androids, but I'm always bothered of the fact the androids could be powerful than Frieza. I'm always bothered by that.
Yeah.
I like the concept, but I don't like I don't like the fact they could be easily powerful than Frieza.
I mean, even though at least with Naruto, we know that whatever happens afterwards is not going to be as big as Madara in terms of power levels.
Yeah, that's the point I said about a couple times in the podcast about it. It was like after this fight with Madara and how big it was and how long it took everything to happen, how are you gonna top it with the Naruto versus Sasuke fight? You can't.
Well, have Sasuke be Jinchurikin, have Rinnegan eyes, have Naruto, have Uzumaki Cell as well, and then I don't know,
Cop out.
have an ultimate fusion, have the ultimate fusion with Naruto without him intentionally do it, and then bam, Narusuke, something like that.
Narusuke? That sounds like a drink. Yeah, can I have a glass of Narusuke?
Narusuke, fine, Sasuto.
Sasuto. Yeah, and a bowl of Sasuto. Thank you.
If that happened, I don't know what to say. I probably have a good face palm for a minute.
I don't think my palm would ever leave my face after that.
Oh man.
I think this would probably be a different kind of fight to the fight with like the Ten Tails Jinchurikis. I mean, it'll probably be a bit more emotional in the fight between Naruto and Sasuke. That's for sure.
There's more emotion and more equal balance. rather than damn you're too strong. I can't beat you. I quit.
And it could possibly also be a bit more ninja-like, in a
Yeah.
sense.
Though if Naruto do get cool on my back, Sasuke might as well get a power up. He won't win.
He'll probably get the full-scale Susanoo.
You know, to think, I'm really scared, but kind of excited, but more scared. How they're gonna handle the Madara's fight? You gotta think about this. Think about it. He know how to use the Rinnegan. He probably could do the perfect Susanoo, and that's freaking scary to begin with. um, perfect Susanoo. He can summon the tree, drain them. He could use the staff, I think. He could revive that sword that got broken by Naruto and Sasuke, but this time it'd be full effect, and this time he'd probably just go crazy with that. He'd probably do God knows what. Don't you think it's a perfect enough for the final boss?
Mm-hmm. Well, final boss for this war. I mean, we're gonna have chapters after this war. That's
we still have Sasuke, no matter what. I'm just saying.
And Orochimaru.
It's like, yeah. But it's like, what I'm saying is, it's like, this is the last thing we'd probably be dealing with such a high power capacity. Like, it's like playing. Huh?
No, continue.
It's like, I guess you could say, like, they got like Final Fantasy. You beat this real final boss with a crazy design they put up to that final boss. And while there are hitting boss that are stronger than that, the design won't feel like it's a final thing. It just be like, well, there's a secret thing, so have fun with that.
If you beat the game on the hardest of difficulty, you get to unlock the Goku skin, so you get to read the whole manga again as with Goku as the main lead.
Another game that reminds me of that is Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King. I mean, after beating the main boss, there's like this whole scale of fighting these dragon bosses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Pokemon game.
Anyway.
You fight the lead. You fight this one last strong guy. But there's this hidden boss. It's called Red. You're just waiting in the cave for no reason. But hell, why not?
Anyway, the power scales of Naruto are probably going to tone down a bit after this war.
Yeah, it will.
It won't go back to what it used to be, but it will tone down.
Yeah, makes sense to me. But I do wonder how this fight is going to be handled, because this is crazy. Think about it. It's like, haha, perfect Susanoo, tree, me, and the special guest, the Spiral Zetsu. Yo, it's like my
Got your back, homie skillet. Don't call me that. Okay, dog. Oh. You want me to kill him later?
To you, mama. I'm gonna kill him after this war ends. He's not coming back in my dream world.
That'd be a nightmare.
I don't think he would I think he would just let it disappear. It's like, I forgot your just decoration.
You don't even want to know what Madara's dream world is. Oh yeah, Hashirama harder.
It's like Hashirama Mountains and Madara Mountains. What is this supposed to be?
Let's go into Madara's.
Why everybody
look,
like
I got Hashirama's underwear.
It's like, hey, you can only see the legs of a woman. It's like, holy crap! I was like, I could tell that woman's hot. And then once you see this, Hashirama's face. Hello, boys. What the hell is Hashirama?
That reminds me of the League meme where everybody trades out all the champions' faces with Dravens.
You see a lot of want to post of Toby Rama. This racist bastard, get him. Toby Rama. I don't even know. I don't understand what
Speaking of which,
to do.
What happened? Speaking about racial stuff, what happened to Killer B? You think he's dead or alive?
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about him.
Well, depending on what the Eight Tails did, which I think cut off another tentacle, that might have given him enough chakra to survive.
Yeah, I think that could be the reason now.
Oh,
I used to think he just got sucked in, like, no, Bagayo, Koneayo.
I told you not to look directly into the trap.
Bagayo, Koneayo. Or is the other way around? I forgot how the anime makes him say. Yay!
Yeah, boy.
Something.
No, I don't know.
Whee! You should have said that way. You get sucked into QB. Whee! But anyway, yeah, I think he's alive. Just waiting until hopefully Hachibi comes out again. Like I'll say, I'll come back for you.
Watch him
I
come out of nowhere and
promise.
just sucker punch the black Setsu's like, motherfucker.
Now, I wonder how people
That
will
would be
react
nice.
when it turns out if he's alive or dead. I think some would probably cry out Aspel. I mean, it's
I don't think so.
every chapter now.
I don't know. I wouldn't call that. I mean, maybe it would be as poor if you just saw, if you saw Team Guy without showing Team Guy in this chapter. But like, where'd they come from? I thought they were in the battlefield. But it's funny because they weren't in the battlefield at all in 662. So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about them. But I ain't forget about them. But I was like, oh crap, you remember them? Because they weren't drawn in 662. So I was wondering, it was like, is Kishimoto really neglecting them?
And it turns out he had something huge stored for him.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was because of Guy. He's all weak and all very weak. This is the reason why they're not even in the battlefield. It's like I'm too drained. I don't want to do eight. I don't want to do 8 gates anymore.
Something wrong, James?
No, I'm just thinking. I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, wait. I didn't even get to discuss this whole dead or alive scenario for this guy.
All right.
Naruto and Sasuke. But so wait, y'all betting they're gonna live or they're gonna die or if they get revived by something? What?
Well, obviously they can't die.
Well,
Well,
they can't
they
die.
could die, but not forever.
They can't die permanently, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sasuke
but
one might die permanently at the end of the manga, but
I'm
that
putting my money on
depends.
Obito reviving Naruto and Kabuto doing something to help Sasuke.
but what if? But okay, I'm a little well not confused, but more like yeah, actually I'm a little confused, maybe. But if it's Kabuto and he saves him, why?
What do you mean, why?
Why Kabuto?
Like, why would it be
is the
Kabuto
one-
doing it?
Yeah.
Well, kind of like that. I mean, what I'm saying is, what do you owe him? Anything. I can understand Obito doing it to Naruto, but like, well, I was taught that there is a hope for future, so I'm not letting that future to die out. But what about Kabuto? What he's gonna do? Well, he did slave me in that trap world, so I'm just gonna redo a favor. Like, why?
Maybe he had a change of heart.
Possibly. But I always figured that Kabuto's redemption story would happen after the war. But who knows?
You guys are putting me on the spot here. I'm not really sure. I'm actually not really sure.
That's a first.
Actually, it's
I
a
mean-
fifth, but whatever.
Okay.
I'm really actually I can't comprehend what we hope Sasuke for. But I can understand he have a change of heart, sure, but what good would that do? Just curious. What do you expect?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And why not? And well, if it is Kuro, and if your so-called that wasn't art era, that was actually intentional, no black rod moment. If that was the case, then okay, that makes sense. But if that's not the case, why the hell he's not doing that? Like take out the black rod from Tobirama.
I don't know. What is the mysterious guy even doing there in the first place if they're not going to do anything?
Troll everyone.
And who is it? We know it's a
Like,
male.
Kill or save Sasuke, that's for sure.
What you said?
He's either going to finish off Sasuke or save him.
Yeah, there's only two options with Sasuke: finish him or kill him. Right, finish him or save him.
And it could be one of those bad guy resolves where it's like, well, I can't do my shit if he blows up the earth.
I guess so. That
So
it
that's
kind
kind
of
of
makes
more of
sense.
an Orochimaru and Sasuke really at the moment.
Can Kabuto sense? Can Kabuto
I don't know.
sense them?
I expect Kabuto to have like a redemption story now. If we see
Oh
him with it.
yeah, but I'm just saying, saving Sasuke for what?
Well, we'll find out either way.
Well,
Possibly.
one suggested that what if this is their Madara situation, and that could work. Like you know what I mean? Like you know what Madara is like a threat to them from saving Naruto completely. So what if this mysterious guy or Kabuto, if you want to say, is the another guy they had to try to like block him away before he tried to kill Sasuke once and for all.
I
It's a good
guess.
point.
But then wouldn't that
Well,
definitely mean that it is Kabuto? Because
I'm just saying if it is Kabuto and he's doing that to kill Sasuke, and then you have that whole Madara fiasco, but with Kabuto edition, Team Taka as well. So would that be okay or what?
I I don't know.
What if the
We've gotten
side?
so many inconsistencies and story plots and story relevance and people changing their mind and something else changing and this is happening and that is happening and this is happening that I'm not really sure
are
what's
you
going
referring
on
to
anymore.
Naruto? Or what? Are you referring to Naruto having story inconsistency? Because I'm pretty sure Naruto's remained consistent for the most part.
Most part, yeah, most part. But I'm just saying, like, hmm, what if it's okay? If it's someone else, who do you think it should be? Should
Well, who can it be?
I don't know. Yamato. He escaped.
But it's Dark Chakra.
Dark Chakra because he was too much in using Zetsus for storage. So now he's dark. Dark Yamato. Yamato sounds like a bad name anyway. The bad as in the villain name, Yamato. Evil
Hell, we
Yamato.
could we
I don't
could go
know.
back to the Izanami thing where Itachi kind of brainwashed him into helping Sasuke.
Okay, so you think this is gonna be a happy end, a happy water relief end, or you think it's gonna be sadness end for the next chapter? Because I feel like the next chapter will be the conclusion to this, not conclusion, but more like a result to this whole will Naruto and Sasuke live or die. So what do you think?
Could this be the end for the dynamic duo? Will the Riddler's plan succeed? Tune in next time.
I don't know. I
Same.
think it can go either way.
Well, if you're gonna bet one, because I feel like the answer is next week, or whatever. The next chapter is coming in 3 days now. So take your pick.
Man, you just honestly,
Mighty
for like,
Mo-
you just blew my mind to the
I-
point that I'm actually looking at this chapter like, what is the point of it all? Why? Why would
Maybe what's the point of the
why would
ball?
Madara go through all the trouble just for this? Why would Kabuto do that? Why would this happen? Where the hell is Yamato?
Yamato. Well, apparently, if you remember, yeah, I think a lot of people start screaming this since 663. I mean, 662 started, but 663 makes it more worse by having Zetsu's shell break off, and you see a body inside. So I think that kind of confirms Yamato's in there.
Why? Why would they use Yamato body like that? It's just, oh.
Wait, you gotta use the Mokoton
Because
Zetsus somehow.
because plot convenience. That's why.
and to strengthen his power, I mean, Yamato strengthened the white Zetsus.
Because Sasuke
For the
needs a
war.
medic, not just someone to just bite onto and then give him all his chakra back and
Yeah,
save
but
him.
the funny thing is, Kabuto fits the build though. When you think about it, Kabuto fits the bill of
Yeah,
medic.
that's what I said in the forum. Remember?
Yeah, but hey, what if he wants revenge? What if you just stab him? See the deal. See? Put it this way. The reason why
He's already dying. Why would he? You know, you're not. Never mind. Forget it.
Th- It could be a good twist. It'd be like Kabuto actually took a stab. Everybody think that he was gonna. Everybody think Kabuto made a huge change of his life. It's kind of like ignoring the other half of the chapter where Obito's supposed to shake hand with Naruto, but instead try to choke him to death. It's like that, but we're about looking at the later part. Later part. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, huh?
So we done today.
Shall we what end today?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
I honestly don't know why Kabuto would want to save Sasuke's life. You know, but then again, it wasn't Sasuke that put him in the Izanami, it was Itachi, so...
Good point.
Oh, no, there might be a repayment for Itachi or something, blah, blah, blah. But we'll find out. We always find out, no matter how long.
We always find out. I bet he'd be so happy to find out Orochimaru's back, though.
I was.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about Kabuto. I bet he'd be crying his tears off, make a waterfall out of it.
I just think it's Kabuto for several reasons. It's the easiest plot device.
It is.
It's the easiest, oh, well, what if it's Susui Itachi? Okay, or Uchiha. Okay, well, now you gotta explain why he didn't die, why he has his eyes back, why can he see,
what about,
how did he survive?
What if it's Susui father? I mean, they brought up the name for a reason. Right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Think the possibility.
Just making some random Uchiha just picked out of the forest. Oh, this was the whore at the corner.
No, it'd be that female Uchiha that we saw in the filler.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm.
What if it's what if it's
What if? Yes.
What if it's Killer Bee standing there?
But
it's a white foot, not a black foot.
Yeah, unless there's a powder that it just happens to landing on. No offense.
But I'm just trying to point the fact that it's crazy theories. I picked it with Kabuto because it's the most likely outcome.
It is the most likely outcome.
It's hard to think anybody else standing there.
It is the most likely outcome, but Kishimoto is not the most likely guy. Actually, I'm wrong. I'm very wrong on that one. But still, in terms of like this should happen this way. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, it's like
sometimes
you just
said.
But
sometimes the red herring is the red herring.
I mean, the 664 is a red herring moment. Like I don't never seen this chakra before. It's bad though.
But I mean,
that scene's some red.
I mean, honestly, like if Karen recognized the chakra and says, "Oh, do you know who it is?" Yeah, I know who it is. You know that eliminates like possibly so many people. You know that if Karen recognized it,
what if Kimimura's back?
It just would have been like, okay, so here's the people that Karen knows, and this is who we know it's not. So it has to be Kabuto. Because that's the only other person that hasn't made an reappearance yet, and possibly she knows.
Where is Sai?
Sai is on the ground next to Hashirawa, remember?
Yeah, but who's to say he can't move? Why he can't move now?
I don't know. Why are the pipes no longer in Tobirama's back?
Oh, God.
Oh, we forgot to draw Sai getting up and walking over here.
Well, it is called suspense,
and somehow Tobirama, even though he saw Sai there, didn't even recognize him. Who are you?
What if it's, I don't know.
You think he would say, "Oh, you're that guy that draws a lot. Draw me like one of your French whores."
Watch out! That's the guy that does water prison. You don't say.
You don't say.
Oh God. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Regardless if it's not Kabuto or is, most likely is. You think he's really gonna kill him? Will you just do it? If he plans to kill him, then this is meant to be a bad.
Hell, I could even go so far as to say that he just saves his life because Orochimaru wants him alive.
We'll
You know,
find.
you know what they could do to make it a little bit balanced for everybody. Just to have Kabuto about to kill him, only for Orochimaru to show up, and then probably Orochimaru would tell him this, everything, and that,
We
and
need
that,
him
and then he probably
alive.
change his mind.
Orochimaru-sama, I thought you were dead. Yeah, but I came out of Sasuke. Why
I'm
does that
sorry.
sound wrong? So that explains why my
I'm
power is
sorry.
gone. You sucked it out of me.
You
Again, that
son of
sounds
a
wrong.
bitch.
God damn it.
So yeah, there's only two routes: bad ending or good ending. Do you want a bad ending or a good ending?
There are two kinds of people in this world.
Do you
I
want
guess at the moment I'm expecting a bad ending, but who knows?
You want a bad ending? Do you want a
Well,
bad?
I'm not. I
What?
can't decide, but I'm expecting a bad ending to
Yeah,
happen.
Naruto and
Okay.
Hinata get married. That's a terribly bad ending.
Wait, what? Not at the end of the
No,
manga. I mean, for the end of this.
no, not
Not.
the end of the manga. Not the end of the manga. I'm talking about the end of this. Talk about the whole results. Are they gonna die,
Okay.
or you think they're gonna
They're going
live?
to live.
Out. Why? I told you they could die for only a minute because you got Obito, and for Sasuke you got probably Kabuto. Maybe Tobirama will come back, just use him as sacrifice, and then there you go.
Sacrifice, 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 wicker man. Not the bees! They're in my
Oh
eyes!
God, that's it. The bees. Oh God. But yeah, you think they're gonna live or die? Do you want them to die for the sake of more
Sasuke, yes.
drama? Do
Naruto,
you
no.
want to?
Oh, I thought we talked about this for life.
Oh God.
So
Well,
are
Blue Star.
we done now, or?
One last thing to comment. It's
Oh,
funny. Just last thing. One last
This
thing
guy
to
can't take
comment.
an answer for an answer.
No. I'm not asking a question. It's more of a comment. Like literally a comment.
okay.
It's funny how you see Narusaku, even Sasuke's Karen, getting all the enjoyment by Valentine's. Even Mina Kushina.
Yeah.
That said, Hinata sure missed out a lot from tripping. It's
Bitch be
pretty
tripping
sad.
balls.
Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just funny because it feels like she really did miss a lot. You could have done the CPR. You know what the funny thing could have happened? You could have Hinata doing the CPR while Sakura doing the massage. So,
I believe for never once said
Woo!
that shit.
Threesome!
either way, it's co-op, but you know, Naruhito fan probably say Hinata got the best of it because he's getting lip to lip action, while Sakura's just literally grabbing his heart. Boo.
I believe that's what for never once said should have happened.
CPR? Oh yeah, I forgot. With
Oh.
Narhina, everything is romantic.
You did hear about the whole reviewers getting ape shit about this whole 662 and 3.
Oh god, yeah.
Yes, it's probably among the worst thing I ever heard in my
Oh my
life.
god.
It, I don't even understand. I don't understand. You're a reviewer. Don't take the biasness with you. Take it off you.
One Narasaka
And it's
fan goes
funny.
crazy, and you all think it's the entire majority of the fan base.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you made it sound like we call it canon because she gives us CPR. I didn't think that.
Mhm.
I know 90% of the forum didn't think that.
Yeah. In fact, the only one, the iron, the irony of it is, don't blame us, the U.S. fans of Narusaku. Blame the Japanese fan. They're the one that come up with Deep Kitsu. We didn't come up with that. They did.
Yeah.
Don't blame us. Blame the target
And the thing with the sound
audience
effect for a
of.
boner.
Yeah, that's strange. I think Kishimoto didn't edit it. I think I think he just left it as
It's
it
a
is.
violent pornography. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He has been doing some.
Done
Yeah,
now.
yeah, we're
Yeah, we got
done.
one last thing to bring up.
Ow.
It's quick. I
Yes.
promise. Happy
Alright.
birthday, For Life.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was your
Oh,
birthday, Valentine's. So happy birthday.
oh, thank you,
It was
guys.
yesterday. So
We
how old are
shouldn't
you now? 5?
have. Try adding 2 next to the 5.
25.
I'm older than you?
Bingo. Yeah, you. Wait, you are? I thought I'm older than you by
No,
1 year.
I'm
Keep
26.
forgetting.
What are you, 26?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 19. If anyone's
Blue
wondering.
Star Saber. What about Blue Star Saber?
He's 19.
I'm 19.
Oh, I thought I heard 90.
90?
And turning. No,
It could
no,
happen.
I'm nowhere near that. I'm nowhere near that close. And I won't. And I'll turn 20 in a few months. If anyone's curious.
And just so I didn't say I forgot him. Happy birthday to you too, manga reader. I know you listen to these.
Yeah.
And I know you desperately want to be on one. So get the headset. Saying I gotta get a headset, you know, and I'm like, it's been a year.
I'll buy you one. You just got to tell me your entire address. I'll ship it. First
15
class.
bucks. You can get one. The one I use is 15 bucks. I bought 4 of them.
Don't. This one cost 500 because it came with the system. God.
Very systematic of you.
No, but seriously, it's not pricey. You can get a mic so easily. You can get a $20 mic. I did before, for this
So hopefully
elderly
Manga
lady
will come on
long
one of
time
these.
ago. Yeah, I do want to chat with that person.
Well, I'm sure he wants to chat with you too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much.
Everyone wants to chat with you. Ever since the podcast, you became more and more famous.
Which is guess yes. So we're
Yeah.
done. So that's the end of our show, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the end is near, and as we face the final curtain, I did it my way. I'm James S. Cassidy,
I'm Blue Star Saber.
For life.
saying till next week.